welcome back everybody to another episode of In Our House. I think we're like on episode 50 something. So if you've been watching this long, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how long you've been watching. I'm kind of curious. Also, if you notice, my co-host is no longer bald. And my co-host is also now a woman. But we had some things happen. I'm going to a comedy show tomorrow, and I had some extra time to do homework that I needed to do to be able to go to the show. So I have my lovely wife joining me today.
Yeah. I always can get comfy.
Yeah. And also, if you notice, we don't have the mics. So I'm using the Rode mic that is on top of the camera. So I'm hoping the audio comes out good. Because if it does, then I found a cheat code.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just use that.
Yeah.
And then probably use the mics as like pretend.
Oh, you don't even have to.
Yeah.
Probably just be nice just to sit and chill.
Yeah. Because on the editing side, it'd be so much easier. You just link that up to everything. And it's perfect. Mm. So if it works, I found a clutch. But yeah, so we've been trying to get more engagement out there. I asked on my personal Instagram. I might start doing it on the podcast one, but I put out a poll. Well, not a poll, but I put out a thing to ask questions. And I got some. Not very much, but I got some. Shout out to Vic. So I want to get with his first question that he asked of two. The first one he asked was, how do you feel now that you're going to be a dad? And honestly, I'm nervous. I'm excited. Like, literally everything. Like, we were just talking about it earlier on the walk. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it feels good, but at the same time, it's like, there's so much little things that can happen. Like, especially when she goes out to school, whenever she gets into meeting other kids and their ideologies from their parents, and how that's going to clash with us. I'm like, I don't know how parenting is going to go from there.
I know, have you been someone tells her that global warming isn't true, or that, like, there's no such thing as aliens or something, and then she believes that.
Yeah. And then just starts fighting us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
Actually,
maybe by the time this comes out, we may or may not have her here.
Everybody do your freaking baby dance and pray to the gods that I can just, like, give birth already, because I'm over it. Like, I'm so over it.
So as of today, which is, I'm going to break the fourth wall here, but today is October 5th that we're doing this recording. You're what? You're 35 and a half weeks, right?
Yeah, I'll be 36 weeks on
Dude.
Sunday. That means on Sunday, I'm officially at 9 months. I officially hit my ninth month of
Well, are you not in 9 months now?
No, I'm still. I'm
your
on
due
my
date
last
is
week.
November 5th.
I'm on my last week of 8 months.
Oh.
Pete and I were doing research, and apparently, like 40 weeks isn't like
the 9 month mark?
No, 40 weeks is like the last week of your 9th month.
Oh, so a full term is 9 total months.
Yeah.
Not as soon as you hit 9 months. It's the end of your 9 months.
Yeah, the end of your 9 months.
Got it.
Yeah. But, like I was telling people, I don't know if I even like her. So, I don't, I don't know. Like, how can you, like, especially when it's, like, the first one, like, how can you be sure that you'll vibe? Like, how can you be sure that, like, you'll like them and be like, oh, I made a good decision?
Yeah.
Like, you know. I also heard that, like, you don't really see the fruit of your labor, like, for a while. Like, you, like...
As in what?
Like, you put in so much work into your kid and, like, teaching them, like, manners and, like, teaching them, like, just how to be little women.
Yeah, how to be polite and all that.
Yeah, but, like, you don't really see the fruit of your labor until they're, like 5 or something. So, like...
I thought you were going to say, like, 15 or 20.
No, like, the first years of your life, you're, like, constantly inputting, like, especially, like, through, like, toddlerhood, you're, like, constantly putting in so much into this kid.
Yeah.
And you're, like, I don't even know if it's working. Like, I don't even know if we're vibing. Like, I don't know the situation. And then then you one day like they're being like kind to a little stranger. You're like, wow, like
you're like the work I've been putting in is paying off.
They were listening, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Motherhood is just when it's literally you go from 0 to 1. Like what a transition, because you literally can't base it off of anything. Like how can you know that you're gonna love this person? I'm sure biologically like you will, like naturally, but like it's kind of sketchy. Like,
I mean,
like we dated, like you got to know the person and you're like, all right, bet, like let's do it. But like, how can you just fucking make a human and then you're expected to love them? Like that's like a lot of commitment. Like that's
a lot of people end up not loving their family. Like a lot of people just end up leaving like their family and like separating, ponle, where they're like they just don't, whatever reason the family they came in just sucks, or it's like a shitty situation and they're like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. And
they literally move like cross country or like to a whole different country in general, and they start their own life.
Also, like we've never, I mean, not like you don't parent your dog, but kind of, but also like we've never really like had to be like in charge of something other than our dog, so it's just like I'm very curious to see like.
And
what
it's different because you can leave Otis alone at the house for like a couple hours.
Can't leave my kid.
No,
at least for
not until they're like at least teenagers. But even then, it's like Otis doesn't have the ability because he doesn't have thumbs to like he's gonna got the door handle like this and just like twist it.
Yeah.
You know.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know how to feel. Like I'm just kind of like. Ignorance is bliss. Like I know like roughly what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Like what's gonna happen with me, what's gonna happen with the baby, like, but I don't really look deeply into anything because ignorance is bliss. I don't have to know exactly everything. I'm just like hoping that everything goes well and I don't like die in labor. So my OB, I told her that I was having dreams that I would die in labor. And I was like, just don't forget I'm O positive. Like, just don't forget that, like, he also has the same blood types if you are out of blood. Like, just tap into him.
But every time you would say that, she would just be like, girl, like, relax. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah. And for what the freaking OB that I've been seeing this whole time is no longer my OB. Yeah.
Because she was pregnant.
Which we didn't know she was pregnant. Oh my gosh.
And then went to early maternity. Hopefully she's doing okay. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully you're doing okay. But
Dr. Zelinsky. Name dropping.
Girl. It's okay. I mean, I'm not going to bleep it out. That's too much work. I'm on a tight schedule, lady.
But she was so tiny and like I had no idea. Like literally had no idea that she was
you and her the
pregnant.
Same. And you guys were the same.
She was further along than me.
By like a whole month.
I know, it was literally like last month and I was like, he had come to an appointment and I was like, dude, is my OB pregnant? And then Pablo was like, I don't know. Because it's like, she just didn't show very much at all.
At one point she just looked fat. But it was a weird kind of fat because it didn't show on her face.
She's so petite, like it was just really weird. Yeah. And then come to find out from the front desk that she is going on maternity leave before I gave birth. I'm like, isn't that something you tell somebody? Like, hey, just so you know, like, I, like, would still love to be, like, caring for you, but, like, I'm going to go on maternity leave. And then you make the decision as a patient, like, okay, like, I'll stay. Because I was going to tough it. We moved an hour away from her, and I was going to tough it out an hour to go drive to her because I'm like, I've seen her my whole pregnancy. I'm just gonna tough out that 1 hour.
And she was really nice and
she
like
was so nice
and like really understanding with every concern you had.
And to find a nice OB, it's tough in these streets because some OBs like just care about the money or like they're just very dismissive. And like she was actually such a good OB, but So I have a new appointment with my new OB.
Yeah, here in
next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yeah. So
hopefully we vibe.
Yeah.
Because I've come to realize not OBs are created equal because I had to do like I had a temp OB and I had to see her and the vibes were off and I was like, thank God that I'm not gonna be under your care because like I don't trust this OB with my life. Like I really don't.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Well, it's a good thing that where like this happened now that you had time to find a new OB and not like literally like 2 weeks before.
Basically, 2 weeks before. I don't fucking know. I don't know if I like her.
I mean, I guess.
So I can't shop around for another OB if she's like not the one. She's gonna have to be the one.
She's gonna have to be the one. Well, even if she's not like as nice as the other lady, as long as she cares for you the way that a pregnant lady should be cared
for?
Yeah, cared for. Sorry, that word was so hard to get out. But yeah, to be cared for, where she's like at least attentive or doesn't force you in any kind of one way.
Yeah, because I'm like, if they start saying that they're going to put me up a toasted, I'm throwing hands. I mean, unless I've been in labor for a little bit and then I haven't been able to go on my own, then I'm like, all right, give me the meds. But if they put me up a toasted right away, or if they try to induce me, like...
Like without you needing to be induced?
I'm throwing hands.
Yeah.
I'm throwing hands.
Because then they just get more money.
It's not even that. It's just like there's such a crisis with like in the States that everybody's being induced and stuff when like just give the lady the time to freaking try to go into labor by herself. Like, why are you messing with her biological clock? Her the kid's
her rhythm
timing.
of the body.
Yeah, like your body knows and is very smart.
Speaking of rhythm of the body and like kids timing, is it weird that she hasn't been very active as far as like she doesn't kick that much, but when she does, it's very like how you say polite.
Yeah.
She just kind of taps your belly to be like I'm here.
Yeah.
She doesn't go nuts like you see videos of like literally the whole baby just sticking out the whole.
Yeah, and that has not been my pregnancy so far. Like this kid does not stick out limbs.
No.
Like sometimes something will be poking out of my stomach, but like my stomach won't look like super like dimpled or like lopsided or anything like that. It's just like she's just like here's me touching you and that's it. And
even like last night when we were going to bed, like I have the habit of every time we go to sleep, I like to hold your belly as we sleep. And last night was the first night that I felt her be super active. Like she was just like going nuts on my hand, and I would like. She would like be kicking me a little bit, and I would just like push her right back, and she would kick me again. It was fun. I feel like we were playing.
Well, there's these videos of people like poking like their kid, and like their kid will like poke back, but like she literally doesn't care. Like I'll poke her, and she'll just be like, "Okay, cool." Like
super unbothered.
Yeah, so unbothered.
Well, I'm hoping that transfers to real life, to where she just super calm. Cries when she needs to cry, but isn't a crybaby,
Oof, but according to her moms, we were both really big crybabies.
Oh, yeah,
so
dude.
God bless. I know I gave my mom a run for her money. I know I did.
I can see it.
And I heard that you did too. That you did as in Chillon.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's like math and like it cancels out and it becomes a positive.
Yeah, like a negative and a negative become a positive.
Yeah, and then we have a really calm, cool, collected baby.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll keep you updated on what kind of baby she is. Yeah. Hopefully she's nice. Yeah, we haven't even toured the hospital yet, which I don't even know what hospital we can birth at.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not far from here. But I don't know. I'm just like I'm excited, but I feel like for the longest we're just gonna be on like autopilot and just kind of like go through the moment, like just the rhythm of life. That I just don't want to like miss out on anything,
I don't know.
Because one of the reasons why I left the military was to, like, just in case we ever did decide to like finally have a family, to not be deployed during that time. That like she's born and then miss out on like 6 to 9 months of her infancy, and I come back to basically a 1-year-old that knows how to walk already.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, dude, I didn't want to do that. And that's one reason why I'm like I'm out of here, especially with the conditions the fucking
world
person gave me. I don't remember.
Oh, I thought you meant like the conditions of the world and how everything's like super temperamental.
Well, you know what I was thinking about the other day, and I'm not gonna say the name because apparently YouTube is really good about catching whenever you say it, and then it like lowers your video down.
What?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say it, but the Demi. I'm not talking about the Demi 19.
Demigods?
No. But like when I left the military in November, right, of 2020, then in February of 2021, that's when we all got put on lockdown.
Yeah.
So it was super weird because the whole time I've been out of the military, it's been during the Demi. What?
Like, what do you mean? Like you talk about political side?
No, lady.
Exactly what?
It's because if I say it, YouTube's gonna take it down. Well, not take it down, but they're not gonna.
Spanish?
I mean, baby, YouTube's also in Spanish.
Oh.
The.
Oh, the Corona?
Yeah. Yeah, the beer.
The beer. YouTube, we said beer.
Yeah, Corona beer. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, he hit his chin on my knee.
Oh,
sorry.
Chin, buddy.
At least you're not a frisbee today, Otis. But yeah, and I remember when it first happened,
that's what you said, Demi. I've never heard that as a like a.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of words that people use to get around it.
The fuck?
Yeah.
We're not on the same part of the internet. That's what.
No, definitely not.
No.
You're on the side of like sourdough. And I'm on the side of like comedy and like tactical news and stuff. But yeah, and then I remember texting a bunch of my buddies that were still in and being like, "Hey, how's it going over there?" And dude, I can just imagine how like trash it was.
Yeah.
You know, just with like being super strict. I mean, I'm sure it was fun. They didn't have to go to work, but I guarantee you a lot of them still were forced to go to work.
I bet it was like hurricane. Remember when it was like hurricanes or whenever there was like big storms and you had to wake up at bumfuck to be like, I'm still alive.
Yes, I remember.
It was like 3 a.m. You're like, I'm still alive, and then you would like go back to sleep.
Yeah, it would be like, I think it was like 5. It was like 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, and evening, right before bed. Yeah. You'd have to text to be like, I'm still alive. Which I get, it's like a military thing. But that's one thing that I'm like, dude, it's so nice just having a weekend. Getting off work and not having to report to anybody or like fill out a form on Friday before you left saying what you were planning to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then if you did other than what you said you were going to do and got in trouble, then you could get like held liable. Bro. It was intense.
But it's okay. I like it. I do it again.
Yeah. You become a dentist. You go through the Air Force or Navy. Or no, well, you said not Navy.
No,
you don't want to get on a boat.
Just in case someone wants to put me in a boat. You're not.
Because you're hella claustrophobic.
No, I'm so claustrophobic. Yeah. I literally can't. Yeah. I can't do it.
And then that means you would commission and be an officer. And then I would walk around being like, don't you know who my wife is? Like she's a she'd be like, she's a captain, I'm a captain. Where's my salute?
Oh my gosh. Well, who the heck knows? Honestly, like I want to be a dentist and that's still like my life plan. But like I don't know. PETA's making radiology look mighty fine. Yeah. 2 years in your Audi, like.
And you make really good money, and then you can specialize and get paid even more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, you have a very medically oriented brain.
I know.
Cause like when you go through like school of like, and like going through your anatomy or like your physio, and then going through like some of the chemistries you've taken, dude. I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but I'll pass with like barely with like a C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like right now my business classes, I'm doing all right. Like I'm having a tough time juggling them with like everything else that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I'm doing okay and I'm retaining a lot of info. Mm-hmm. Lord knows if I try to have this study method in the medical field, dude,
well, no way. I don't know. I happen to like, the thing is I have so much potential in me, which is it's really funny because I have a lot of potential. I know I can, like, ace whatever I want to ace. Yeah. But, my study habits are the worst.
Yeah. You're a smart cookie, dude. Whenever, like, you sit down and study, like, it's crazy. Because I remember we would go on walks at the park. Yeah. And I'd be running through flashcards with you. And you would be like, bam, bam, bam.
Dude, I'm the flashcard queen. If I just commit to actually, like, making flashcards and looking through my flashcards, I can memorize like 200 flashcards in like a sitting. Yeah. In like a 2-hour sitting. But like I'm just not that disciplined, and that's the issue. That's the issue. If I was disciplined in all areas of my life, you guys better watch out. I'd take it over the world.
We want.
But I'm not, so don't worry. I won't be taking it over anytime soon.
You just solve cancer and call it the Sancho virus or the Sancho vaccine.
Sancho virus.
I didn't mean to say virus. My bad.
I wish. I think I saw that they had figured out like some sort of cure for whatever cancer. But like the annoying thing is that like will it ever be like just given out to the masses?
No.
No, because of
big
pharma.
pharma. Yeah.
Dude, don't get me started on that topic because it pisses me off.
Well, I'm getting you started.
It pisses me off.
Yeah, dude. It's annoying because apparently there is actually already a lot of cures for stuff.
There is.
It's just they don't put them out because of the fact that it's not profitable to have a cure.
Why does the world operate the way it does? And why is capitalism such... I mean, it has its benefits.
I think that's the dark side of capitalism. Come here, bitch.
Like, it has its benefits, but I'm just
here,
like, damn, everywhere you go, people are freaking, like, throwing products down your damn throat. Like, what...
Well, there's products for everything.
What has happened to just the joys of life? Dude,
yeah.
Think about how many days in a row you can go without buying something. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, not even a single ice cream, like not gas, not ice cream,
gas,
not your bills.
And technically,
well, I guess your bills are different.
Well,
but,
but you're still purchasing.
But like, think about how many days you don't swipe your card. Not very many.
No, yeah, you're right.
No,
even if it's for, like you said,
like
just getting
gum.
gas, yeah, or a gum, or like a coffee on your way to work or school, or just out in the streets.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
What and then like you get on Instagram, you get on YouTube, and people are constantly be like, "This is like my haul. This is what I bought. These are my supplements.
Yeah,
these are my
nothing to me is more like gross in the way of like too much stuff than people who like are constantly doing hauls and you look at the place and it's just like
cluttered.
Yeah, because of like all these
Don't
sponsorship
look at my
deals.
apartment. Listen, this is our.
Oh yeah, we're being really hypocritical right now.
Yeah, this room.
Because this is the top to a table, and that's the legs on top of the chairs.
But we bought a new table because this table was not it.
Yeah, and we're getting rid of it, so it's.
Don't worry. This room is gonna be transformed, but.
Yeah.
But that's why sometimes like some YouTubers I really like their personalities and stuff, but I literally like I had to take a break from like
Remy,
like Miss Remy Ashton on YouTube.
Yeah. Because
like she would constantly like the woman has so many kitchen appliances and she would constantly she's like, oh, look at this new one I got. I'm like, or she would go grocery shopping and every single vlog and I look at her pantry, I'm like, ma'am.
It's all like processed stuff?
It's not even the process, the situation. It's that she has so much food.
Oh, and then it's like, why do you go grocery shopping?
One only needs like 5 snacks. When it's just you and your boyfriend, one only needs like 5 snacks. And then all the other snacks will go bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
I mean, we don't operate with very many snacks.
No, we
here
don't
in the
even.
house.
We don't really eat snacks. Now that I'm pregnant, like not even that much. It's mostly fruit, but like pan. Don't get me started on panaderia. I will have like some pan. Like.
Oh, yesterday? No, the other day went to this a panaderia here in Indy. It's called Ophelia's Bakery. Shout out. Really great.
They were fucking lit.
Bro, they had the Mexican donuts like they had like the sugar sprinkled on top of it.
Yeah. And
it was filled with cajeta.
Which I don't like cajeta.
Oh, bro,
But
cajeta is just caramel, right?
Yeah.
Like Mexican version of caramel.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good, and it was okay. So when I was a kid, right, my grandparents would come from Mexico like once a year for like 3 to 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And they would hop around from like kid to kid's house a week or 2 weeks at each. They would do like 1 or 2 rounds and then like go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
So they would always bring like a suitcase with like a bunch of bags for each kid, like from gifts from their siblings that are still in Mexico.
Yeah.
And my mom would always get like a you know, like the tub of peanut butter that gets sold at Trader Joe's. No. Fresh time.
Yeah.
Full of cajeta. Full of like Mexican caramel. And dude, when I was a kid and I got that first taste, it's like my eyes went pfft, and I saw a whole nother universe.
And that's why you were pre-diabetic as a kid.
Oh, I got stories about that after this. But like I got a taste, and no shit, babe. And I've already told you, but like,
yeah,
I would wake up in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep because I wanted some. I would literally tiptoe to the fridge, open it as slowly as I could, take out the cajeta, and no shit, kill like 3/4 of it.
No, bro.
And then
the man doesn't have cavities. The freaking audacity.
Every time I go to the dentist, they tell me they have perfect teeth.
He never got a goddamn cavity.
Yeah.
Honestly, God has favorites. Not two favorite because you're both.
Girl. You fucking let the cat out of the bag.
He said don't get it twisted.
What you talking about? I don't care.
He cares.
Yeah, I'm balding, guys. Unfortunately. But it's okay. Whenever I get money, I will get a hair transplant.
Anywho.
But yeah, so yeah, and then my mom would be like, oh, who ate this? And like nobody would say anything.
It was you.
Yeah, because everybody, all my siblings were like, it wasn't me. And then I would just play dumb, be like, I don't know, mom, like, who was it? And then it got to the point to where I didn't give a fuck anymore, and I would just eat the whole thing and throw it away in the middle of the night. And then my mom probably picked up it was me, because I was the only one getting fatter and fatter.
And the doctor was like, no.
And then I went to, like, pediatrician checkup or whatever, and then the pediatrician told me I was pre-diabetic. Because I had like the dark line down here, like on the crease of your neck, and like on my armpits, they were also getting dark, which is a sign of pre-diabetes. So if anybody out there is seeing that, go get checked out.
Or clean up your diet a little bit.
Yeah, or clean up your diet, you know. But yeah, and I remember during like the consultation there, he was like asking me like, oh, what do you eat? What do you do this? And then obviously he knows that like I'm Mexican, so he would ask me how many tortillas I would have in a meal, right?
Yeah.
And then I would be like, dude, I remember like doing the math, and then I was like, about 20, but I felt good about the number. I was like, bro, I'm like 20 tortillas in one meal. I'm like, that's so little. I remember thinking that as a kid.
Legend.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm not eating 40. I'm eating 20. I'm like, I'm killing it. And I remember saying that, and his eyes were like, he was like 20, and I was like, yeah, like super excited about my answer.
I can't. My mom would literally be like, yeah, I'm just tortilla. Like she wanted us to eat tortillas with our meal because she wanted us to be like full. Yeah. But like I remember if we ate more than like 5 tortillas, like we would get cut off. Like we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know if my parents just had like a attitude of like eat what you want, like we're not gonna limit you guys because we're not poor or because of whatever reason, even though we did grow up poor. But like I don't remember, and if I was being limited, I'd be like, pfft, and I would still eat anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, we didn't, which is kind of funny. Yeah. But that's when it's interesting because the relationship we have with food is very different.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I think it has to. Well, some people say like. Some people get fucked up with their parents being like, oh, you know, comas tortillas, or like, oh, like, but I don't think my parents did that with like food. It was mostly like, oh, yes, muchas, like too many chips, or like, you know, eat a fruit instead, or like that's too many, or like we would like if it was too close to mealtime, like we wouldn't eat. Like my mom was very like. I don't think it didn't bring me like trauma, obviously, because I don't like I'm fine with food. Yeah. But it got me thinking of like, okay, like
just being more conscious about what you
eat in your body. Conscious about like.
Well, one thing that I took from your family that I kind of like is that after every meal, generally I feel like in the United States, you want something sweet after a meal, and what you guys do is you guys have like an orange or 2 oranges or like an apple or like a piece of fruit after your meal, and I find that very satisfying. Which
I didn't even know we had that habit, but like I don't know why. Like.
Well, I remember the first couple times when we were dating, I would go over and I would see that, and I was like, oh, that's weird, like fruit after you eat, what the fuck? But then I tried it, and I'm like, oh, I kind of get it. And now, dude, yes, it literally does, yeah. Especially after eating like a hearty caldo, you know, like a
stew.
Yeah. And like afterwards, yeah, because it generally has a little more like oil or grease in it than normal.
To get out.
Okay.
Hold please, like Donnie needs let out of his jail.
Go. Go
out. Just leave the door open.
Okay. He's probably hungry. He's got to eat. But yeah, like it really does cleanse your palate. Like it feels so good. Yeah,
I know. To this day, I think I still, after a meal, I still have to eat like fruit. Yeah. Dude, I'm a fruit bat. I can keep the fruit industry alive just by myself.
Yeah, you see how many apples and like stuff we have. When we first got together and we lived in North Carolina, we would go through like 2 sandias, 2 watermelons a week. On top of like
yeah, and that wasn't the only fruit that we got.
On top of like your standard like oranges, like apple, and we would get pineapple as well.
I know.
And all of it would be gone by the end of the week. And even then we would sometimes do like a midweek run for some more fruit.
I know. Dude, can we talk about like being early in like your adulthood and you go grocery shopping and how shocking your grocery bill is?
Well, you're like $200, like $250, like what the fuck?
I remember that I would spend like $200 plus.
Yeah.
On us
Just
grocery
us
shopping.
Two, yeah.
What were we doing? Like, we weren't making extravagant meals. I don't understand.
What were we doing?
Bro, I don't
we weren't
know.
buying that much junk. Like, and that was you hear that?
Yeah.
He's kicking his balls right now. He's hungry.
I don't understand. Like, dude, I hit the streets not knowing how to act. I did not know how to grocery shop for shit. It was really fun because I'm like, dude, I have all the power in my hands to like,
get whatever you want.
To buy whatever I want. And like we never were really into processed food or anything like that. Like we never really bought like cookies or like chips or.
No, we would just make them instead.
Make what? Cookies?
Yeah.
Well, the first year we were married, I wasn't really into baking. It came later. My baking, my fondness for baking came like later in. Oh, that came when you in 2020 when
we got out of the military.
When
I got out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, we would have a chocolate abuelita, which is like the very like a standard Mexican hot chocolate, which is super delicious, and like 2 homemade cookies a night. Dude, for a whole winter.
We were so depressed. Like
it was a really tough time.
We went through the fucking ringer during this time, and like we now look back at it with such fondness because like. Bro, sometimes that cookie chocolate abuelita would just hold everything together.
Yeah,
and
dude.
be the glue of the night.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, like that's what would keep us going. Like just looking forward to that at the end of the night. Just chocolate abuelita with 2 chocolate chip cookies, homemade. Just us 2 at the table and the dog just chilling.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But dude, man, like it got to the point to where I had to sell my Xbox. My Xbox, the controller, the games, and the TV. Just to be able to get food, because we didn't have enough.
Oh my gosh!
And we were completely stocked out.
No, okay. So when we exited the military, or when you exited, you're gonna have to pause it, and you're gonna have to feed him.
Okay.
Pause it.
Well, can you like keep it going by
yourself?
yourself?
Like we'll just literally just take a break, and then you just edit this out.
Well, I wasn't gonna edit it out. That's too much work.
Come on, edit it out.
No. You just entertain. I'll be back very soon.
No, edit it out.
Going, girly.
No. I hope you know I'm not talking.
Well, it's gonna be very awkward.
Okay, well, no, babe, I can't. You're gonna have to edit it out.
No, just say something.
No.
Say something so you can.
Dude, if you don't edit this out.
No, I'm not going to.
Say.
You're not gonna watch the episode anyway. Why do you care?
I'm not gonna watch the episode, but Sanj, if you don't edit this out, I'm literally gonna. What am I gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna go into labor and make sure that you're as far away as me as possible, and then you don't make it to the labor.
Why?
I will have this kid by myself.
That's messed up.
No, that's what's gonna happen. So you better edit this.
Literally, like, that's messed up.
What?
I'm just looking at you through the phone.
Sanj! This dog, why can't he just have thumbs? You think if dogs had thumbs that, like, they would do shit themselves? Did you hear me?
Money?
Do you think if dogs had thumbs, like, they would just take it upon themselves to get shit done?
Honestly, yeah. I think it's a good thing that dogs don't have thumbs.
And I mean, am I putting too much importance on the thumbs? Like, is it really not that big of a deal not to have thumbs?
No, thumbs literally like make or break it.
Don't close the door because he's gonna be bitching.
Right. Because think about it, without your thumb, how are you gonna grip stuff? See what I'm saying?
So look. And we're back. We had to take a small break.
We never left. Well, I did, but you stayed here.
Yeah, I stayed here, but we had to feed the dog because the dog was having a crisis.
It's okay, the whole thing stayed anyway.
No, it didn't.
What were we talking about before we left?
It didn't. You're about to expose us about how bad we had it for a hot second.
Oh, yeah, so I saw, hold on.
No, listen.
No, me
listen.
first.
No, me first. Listen. We also, whoever said that getting a job after the military would be easy, jail.
Okay, hold on.
Jail.
Quick PSA, right? Public service announcement. Mm-hmm. Anybody who's from the military and watching this, like Loudy or like anybody else out there.
Why are you name dropping?
I've name dropped it. He's watched.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Okay.
I like Loudy.
All right, we love him. Let's go.
Yeah, Dakota. But what's it called? When you go through like TRS, which is called Transition Readiness Seminar, where they get you ready to leave the military to go into the civilian world. Mm-hmm. They force feed you as a Marine the fact that everyone wants to hire you. They make it seem like it's so easy to get a job. Like you don't even have to do any work. You're like, I'm a Marine. I did logistics. I did administration. I did whatever.
Yeah, like you have all this experience. Like the world's in your hands.
And I mean, granted, it is kind of how you sell yourself. But I tried, I think, I definitely tried like 2 logistics companies. One, a bigger one, and one startup one here. Not really startup, but like a smaller one here in downtown Indy. And you happy, buddy? Was that a good meal? Oh my goodness, that was such a good meal.
Distracted. Sorry.
And I they didn't want to hire me. Maybe I just didn't sell myself well enough. But like everywhere I tried, nobody wanted to hire me.
Dude, those were some tough times. Literally, you could not get a job. Also, I couldn't get a job because I was in the middle of my immigration process to getting residency. Mm-hmm. So, and because I moved states, the freaking United States lost my employment card. So then that means I couldn't drive, I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in jail. Jail, which was our house. Yeah. We were stuck in jail with the dog, and I couldn't help him, bringing money. It was literally all on you, and then you couldn't find a job.
Well, and so then I reverted to Uber and Lyft, and I would do that all day. And while I was doing that, I was also looking through jobs and applying to different jobs. And I remember I was like, dude, I'm just gonna go to UPS. And then I had a meeting as a driver during the holidays, and then hopefully I was gonna go become.
But you weren't gonna be an assistant. You weren't gonna even be like a driver.
Yeah. But I was willing to work my ass off to make sure they hired me as a driver, because those drivers actually make decent amount of money.
You could have maybe still been there.
Yeah, dude, they make money, honestly. Yeah. But and then I remember I got hired on at Walmart, like a very small Walmart warehouse that deals with all the remodeling, that houses all of the fixtures there.
But that was later. That
was after 2 months
of looking for a job. So for 2 months we were rough dogging it. Yeah. So we literally were we never missed rent or anything that.
Yeah, all our bills never. We put the bills in front of eating, and in front of just taking care of ourselves. Also, during that time, we realized how expensive processed food was, because we can't afford fruits and veggies. We can't afford all these things. So I remember this one time, I'm like, Sanj, we're just gonna eat. It's not really ramen and sandwiches.
Yeah, we're just gonna sandwich it out and ramen it out and just just do that. And that was the most expensive grocery run we've ever had. Yeah, we spend just rice and beans.
Yeah, we spend less getting rice, beans, veggies, fruits, and meats.
Oh, you know what I just remembered? Okay, I went to the grocery store a couple days ago,
Uh-huh.
and I saw cranberries.
Uh-huh.
Like, I remember...
Like dead ass cranberries? Like not dried?
No, like fresh cranberries.
Uh-huh.
And I would always look at cranberries, and it would always remind me of, like, 2020, because I remember we were grocery shopping, and then I was like, Sanj, I really want to bake. Remember the bread that you really like? The one with the cream cheese and the cranberries and chocolate chips?
Yeah.
I'm like, I found this recipe on Pinterest. Like, I really want to make this recipe. But, like, we were so tight on money.
Yeah.
And you were like, you looked at me, you're like, we can't do it. And I was like, oh, like, I just wanted to bake so bad. Because I was just so bored. I just wanted to do something at home, you know?
Yeah.
So then you looked at me, and I felt like your little heart just broke, and you're like, fuck it, like, just grab the cranberries and, like, we'll figure it out. You know, like, $2-3, like, were the cranberries, but that was such a, like...
Yeah, isn't it weird? It's crazy to think about that at that moment. $2 or $3 was, like, make it or break it.
Yeah.
You know, like, those $2 or $3 were like, oof, I don't know if we're gonna make it then.
I know, during this time, I remember we would go grocery shopping, and you would get so stressed when I put stuff in the basket, because you were like... I don't know, like, if this is gonna work. And so then I remember that I bought the cranberries, and I literally was, like, so happy because I could, like, bake us bread.
And it was worth it because, dude, that bread you made, oh, so good.
I know.
One of my favorite desserts.
I know, and I make it, like, every time during, like, this time, I feel like.
Yeah, around, like, Christmas time is when you whip out that recipe.
It's because the cranberries are out, the fresh cranberries are out, so then that's when I make it. So I don't have to put dried cranberries because, like, that's gross.
Yeah, it is.
But anyways, during this time... a particular time, we literally had, like, no groceries, literally no monies to our name. Like, we had, like,
if we did have
not
money,
negative dollars,
no,
but, like,
if we
zero.
did have money in our bank account, it was money that we needed to save for rent, or else we were to make rent, and then if you don't make rent, then your name gets put on a thing, I think, or it looks bad on your record when you go to apply to other apartments.
Yeah, so we were. I was like, dude, we had breakfast, but I'm like, I think for the first time ever, I don't think we'll have dinner or, like, lunch, or, like, we just after this meal, this is it. Like, for the future, I don't know for how long.
Paid, I think I was gonna get paid in, like, 3 days. So money was coming, but we needed to eat in those 3 days, and we're like, how are we gonna eat?
Yeah, so then what did we have? We had nothing of value either, because it's not like we took the time to, like, accumulate a lot of stuff in the beginning of our marriage. Like, we didn't leave our houses with money. You know, we didn't get married with money. So, like, we were like, okay, so, like, what can we do? So we had a TV and an Xbox and, like, games.
Yeah.
And I remember that morning before you left for Uber, you're like, let me, like, post it and see if by any chance, like, someone will buy it, like, soon.
Yeah.
So then we put our TV and all that stuff, and I remember you were out in the streets, and you got, like, one single hit from this college student.
No, I got a couple, and some of them were, like, they were kind of going, but they wanted to, like, knock me down so much, and I'm like, I can't,
because yours is literally our dinner.
I think I put enough money to last us up until then. I'm pretty sure. I think I put enough money to give us a whole grocery run, and some, you know, to last us over. Mm-hmm. And this one kid was, like, super nonchalant. He was like, "Is it available?" And I still have the thing saved on my phone, the messages. Yeah. I look back at it the other day, and it just, like, it made me sad, but it made me, like, look back in, like, a lot of fondness at that time. Yeah. And so I met up, so the kid was like, I'll give you what you want. Like, literally exactly how much I wanted. I know, but you have
to come to my college town and
it wasn't college.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't a college town. It was like it was like north. No, it was like all the way east, I think.
Well, I don't know, like, but we had to travel because this kid couldn't pick it up. He's like, I'll give you the money right now, and I was like, dude, what if he was planning to murder us? And we literally, like, went over to this guy's
we risked
house.
it, and it was really ghetto spot of Indy.
Oh yeah.
Like, in the outskirts, like, super ghetto. And I remember I messaged him, and we were running late because of traffic. And it was like an hour drive then.
I know. And
we said
we literally had to.
Yeah, we geared up. I think we even grabbed the dog and we're like, let's go.
Well, I don't know. I just remember that because I was, like, at home all day. So you, like, picked me up and we went together to go drop off.
And then, what's it called? So then on the way there, he would be like, are you here yet? Like, hey, like, are you coming? And I was telling him, I'm like, bro, I'm 15 minutes away. Like, I'm almost there. And I think he thought I wasn't going to show up. Like, but I'm like, dude, just come on, bro. I'm 15 minutes away. And then I pull up, and then he comes out of, like, the backyard of his house. And he comes out shirtless, you know, just, like, super, like, whatever, like, nonchalant. And then he's like, and then I don't remember his name, but I said his name. I'm like, hey, yeah? Like, are you this person? He's like, yeah. He's like, Pablo? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, you have the stuff? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And I showed him everything. And he took it out, and I was like, do you need help carrying it? He's like, I got it. And he gave me the money, I counted it, and then we left.
Dude, and that wasn't fake money either.
I know. We didn't get scammed on it. And then, dude, I remember being so happy.
We were literally like, oh yeah, in the car. We were like, we have a dance party because we were like, finally, like, we can buy, like, groceries. Yeah. And then what did we do in typical us fashion? We went to Taco Bell. We went to Taco Bell.
Yeah, dude, Taco Bell saved us a lot.
The dollar menu, because we couldn't afford, like, none of.
I think I would get, like, 2 of, like, the
like the $1,
like the rice and bean, or like the rice and meat burritos.
Yeah. No drink, no nothing.
Yeah,
because
literally
we
just
couldn't afford it.
I would get like 2 of those and like a $1 quesadilla, and like that would and
probably same, because I don't remember what I would get.
Yeah,
but.
And then like we ate that, and then we went to bed happy, and then we woke up the next day and went grocery shopping, and everything worked out. But dude, the way back, it was like goosebumps. You know, when you feel it and you're like, dude, this had to work out exactly how it worked out, or else like we wouldn't have ate for a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily we are in a way better position now, and I don't see us going through any of that with our daughter.
Yeah.
But damn, when we were solo and it was just me and you, dude.
Oh my gosh, we have had some rides for sure. Dude. I was also this month is our 10th year together. On the 31st.
On the 31st, yeah.
Our 10th year.
Our anniversary is on Halloween, because that's when
our dating anniversary, not like our marriage anniversary, but like still 10 years of like dating, like just being together as a unit.
Being a couple.
Bro, that, and I just think about all the times, like all the things that have happened, and I'm like, dude, what a journey to be like where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years, and I was 15 and you were 13.
I was 14.
Oh.
I was 14. Don't make it. Not
Don't
13.
Make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah. Well, you were 14. I was 15. And now I'm 25, and now you're 26 or 20.
Whoa.
I'm 25 and 24. I'm gonna be 26 in about like a month and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, especially we've been through a lot as soon as we left the military, or I got out of the military.
No. Ever since we got married, it's been a fucking ride. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
From literally we were like 2 weeks in to being married, and we got
hit with the hurricane.
We got hit with the hurricane. That literally, that was our first experience with a natural disaster ever.
Yeah, because we lived in Jacksonville. There's a Marine base there, and it's like right on the coast of North Carolina.
So we had just moved there, and my dad was like so heartbroken. Like my family took it really hard that I moved away.
That you left, yeah.
That I got married and I moved away all in one sitting. Like that was just too much for them. So then we had just been there like a week, and then they're like, dude, like this hurricane's coming, and it sounds like it's gonna be pretty bad. Yeah. So us being us, dude, good thing we didn't stay, because we wouldn't have made it. Because they lost.
They lost power, and everything in the fridge went bad.
They lost power, and then we went supposedly to like prepare for the hurricane. We didn't know shit. We literally we bought like refrigerator stuff.
Bro, I know.
No canned stuff. Dude. No water.
Yeah. We were like, oh, let's do like a hurricane prep, and everything we bought had to be refrigerated.
So we weren't gonna make it. So then we sat on it for a little bit, and you're like, you know what? Like where will we be safe? We didn't have that much money. So I'm like, where will we be safe? We'll be safe in Indiana.
Yeah, well that's because Victor and Ariana were driving back too. And I remember last minute, like my unit was like, hey, last call, if anybody is gonna leave, let us know. And right then and there I texted you, I'm like, hey, we're leaving. Like let them know that we're gonna be at your parents' house.
Well, no, I didn't let them know. I didn't let nobody know.
Oh, we just rolled up,
We just rolled up, so...
Bro, your parents are like, what the fuck?
Dude, my mom tells me to this day I fucked up my dad. Because my dad said he was just getting used to life without me. Because, like, we were such a tight-knit family.
Yeah.
That, like, he saw us rolling up. He's like, no pinche mames. He's like, I was just, like, getting over this heartbreak and just, like, you know, learning how to, like
I remember we showed up.
My dad was pissed.
Yeah,
Everybody was crying. They were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we showed up and because normally when I would come home from like Japan, my family would be like, "Oh my god," you know, like the typical like.
Yeah, not my family. My family was.
Bro, your family was like, "Why the fuck are you here?"
Yeah, we were fucking mad. So yeah, that was like 2 weeks into our marriage. We got hit with the hurricane.
Yeah.
And also hurricane prep. We put. I'm like, okay.
Oh
hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm like, if there's a hurricane, what's gonna happen? A flood. So I'm like, we'll move everything we own, and upstairs. It was that much because we literally came to North Carolina with an SUV full of stuff, and that was basically
it. Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what, Sanj, we're gonna put everything in the guest bedroom upstairs. So if anything floods, like it's gonna be fine. Like we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So then we come back from that. Literally,
and the only room that got messed up, there was a ceiling fan, and water came through, and they busted the ceiling, and they went all over our stuff, and they molded everything. And in there was your wedding dress,
my wedding dress,
and my suit that I got married in, and one of my favorite shirts. It was a white shirt that I got in Tokyo, Japan.
All my clothes were ruined.
Yeah, Otis.
I literally only had like the suitcase of clothes that I bought to Lafayette.
Yeah.
Because everything else got ruined in the hurricane because there was just no coming back. Like, it was so moldy, so bad.
Yeah.
Also, I think at this time we also didn't have a washer and dryer.
No.
Because we did not have a washer and dryer. Right. So.
But remember on the way back, dude, we were so tired and it was like imagine there was like a moat. You know what a moat is? Mm-hmm. Around Jacksonville. And every which way the GPS would take me, and I would look at the GPS and like look at it as a map, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take this road to go this way, and like I'll get around the back roads, and everywhere was flooded, dude. And we even went across the road to where some dude was in a fucking canoe, and then it was an Air Force guy
looking for alligators in the streets. Dude,
not even the Navy, bro. Okay. It was an Air Force guy. Listen, it was looking for fucking alligators.
I was coming home from the hurricane. Literally, I could write a small novel about it because it did not seem real. Like it seemed like we were coming from the apocalypse. I remember at some point, like you were like looking at the maps, and I was driving for some reason because I never drive. I was driving and there was nobody in the road, and we had not seen anybody in the road, and I was literally like zooming in the middle of the road, like there was no rules, like just driving in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but you're right, because there wasn't any cars.
There wasn't no
for
cars.
For like miles.
Also, to add to the freaking story, this is when we had no gas. Like, all the gas stations were out of gas, and they were not open.
Bro.
So we were like trying to get home when, like you said, like all the roads to Jacksonville were locked.
Yeah.
We were running out of gas, so we were like, you know what, we're running out of gas, like, because we spent some time in Lafayette, but we were like, we're ready to get home. Like, we're ready to go back. Like, the vibes were not good in Lafayette, like, right after we got married.
Yeah,
like,
we just wanted to go back.
We just wanted to go and be on our own. So then we, like, left a little bit earlier than I feel like we should have before all the streets started opening and everything was, like, 100% cleared. Mm-hmm. So we, like, started making our journey to the house. And, then it was smooth sailing until we got to North Carolina, and it was just a mess.
Yeah. And the closer we got to the edge was even more a mess.
A mess.
I swear all the hotels
were
like in the state were like filled.
Yeah, because we were out of gas, and Pablo was like, you know what, we're just gonna like have to get a hotel, and we're just gonna like just spend the night. And I was like, you know what, fine, because we were trying to get home. We were gonna get home at like 5, and I remember it was dark, and I'm like, dude, I cannot believe we're not home.
Yeah,
I cannot believe. And then no,
I think we were getting home at like 3, but then we didn't end up getting home until like 7. Because just so much back and forth.
You're so terrible at telling stories because you literally just like freaking like the next step you just unveil it, and I'm like, wait a minute, because Because, dude, no gas, freaking alligators and crocodiles on the road.
Yeah.
We can't get a hotel room. So we literally, remember we were so out of gas where we were like, do we say fuck it and go to the city to find a hotel room? Like, with the gas that we have.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
So then we go and we went to the big city and we like finally arrived. And I remember that you would get off at like you got rejected from like 3 hotels and you're like, it's fine. But like after like the 5th or 6th one, you're like, we were so tired from like the road that you were literally like and then he was like, we'll sleep in our car, and I said, over my goddamn dead body.
No, I didn't say that. No. What I said was, dude, I don't give a fuck if we're up all day. We will get home right now.
Well, and then I was like, there's no way I can do this without brushing my teeth. So then I remember that we had to go to like IHOP or something because it had been so long. I was like, this can't be good. So then
I don't remember that.
So I remember I got off to like brush my because we did say we were gonna sleep in the car because I told you there's no way I was gonna sleep in the car without brushing my teeth. So we stopped at, you were mad as fuck. But we stopped at IHOP and brushed my teeth. And then after that, and that's when you were like, if this is the last thing I do, we're gonna get home.
Yeah.
And then, literally, it felt like the fucking, it felt like the superhero movies. We were like,
yeah, like the sun was coming up and we were like getting into Jacksonville.
So then, you saw the maps and then you followed the semi.
Yeah, so then we were driving and I was like, dude, I'm like, I've been through this road. I'm over here looking at Google Maps, like looking at all the stuff around to see where I can go. And then I see a semi driving towards the direction that we should be going. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, they're driving east towards Jacksonville. And I'm like, if anybody knows where the fuck they're going, it's that semi. That semi is not going to make a fucked up turn. Because God forbid the company that needs the stuff is like doesn't get the shit. Mm-hmm. For all you know, there's food in there or something.
Or like water. Or
yeah. I'm like, that motherfucker knows where he's going, and I followed him. I just slowly drove by him, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're getting close. I'm like, dude, this is definitely the way home. And then we saw a sign that said, "Welcome to Jacksonville." We were like, yeah.
No, but kind of, because we had been driving since like early that morning, like whole 24 hours I think had passed, more than 24 hours. And I remember I was like falling asleep and you're like, baby, don't do this to me. He's I'm gonna crash. And I was like, Sam, I can't do this.
Yeah, I was struggling. That was like one of the few times that I forced you to stay up.
Yeah, and we were slapping ourselves. We were like this, and bro, it was so angelic us driving up to fucking base.
Yeah, to the gate.
And like the sunrise was rising, and we were literally like zombies.
And the fucking Lance Corporal at the gates, like we're showing him our card, and he's like scanning us in.
And we go, and then we go see our house. Our house, it had no AC. It smelled like literal garbage because everything in our fridge went bad.
The garage door was broken. The garage door was broken. Branch that smashed into it.
But you know what? We went to our bed and we took the baddest nap we were so dirty. It was hot.
No, we took off our clothes. Yeah. You were just, I don't even think you were wearing a bra. I know all I had was my underwear.
Not because we were trying to be sexy, but because it was humid and hot.
Yeah, dude, North Carolina is hot and humid, especially as you get to the East Coast.
No.
Dude, and then we fucking passed out. The deepest I've ever slept.
Oh no! Remember, I think we ended up jumping in the shower because there was no hot water. Yeah, remember because we got in the shower because we were so bad.
So we showered and then slept.
Yeah, we showered, but we found out there's no fucking electricity, so there's no hot water. So we freaking we showered. That's the first time I ever showered in cold water, and I said, "Fuck it,
bro." But we slept like fucking. Dude,
we slept so good.
Yeah. And then maintenance like knocks on the door super hard, and then wakes us up, and I'm like, I feel like I'm like halfway in the Matrix, halfway out of the Matrix. I'm like, what's going on? Like, am I dreaming this? Like, am I still in Lafayette? Like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
I remember waking up being super bamboozled. I was like, where the fuck am I? And then I got dressed real quick and went down, and maintenance was just like, hey, we're just making a run, make sure everyone's good, like, if you stayed, like what got damaged. They were taking inventory of what got damaged. Yeah. And dude, I wish they wouldn't have showed up that early. I wish we would have still got more sleep.
But then, I don't know what happened. But then we were without power for that long, luckily, because we came back and...
I think it was like a day. Más o menos.
Yeah, and because no AC in that humidity is no joke, but
we didn't have Otis yet either.
No, we didn't have Otis.
Yeah.
Dang. Dude, we should restart the podcast and just talk about literally our funniest moments as a couple to gear up as a kid, cause that's also like a memory. I'm just like, damn, I can't believe that happened.
Well, we can do another one about that. Like, there's so many moments we haven't even touched on.
Dude, also
it is just some of the highlights.
The highlights of us of our stories. There's another one. I was about to. I can't think. Oh, there was another one that came to mind.
Was it when we were in North Carolina?
Oh, remember the first time? Oh, the first time we ever slept together, like in the same bed. Cause
when we got married.
When we got married. Never in my life have I shared a bed with anybody in my whole entire life. And then remember that I don't like all the Pablo foxes, literally all of them, are whenever they're falling asleep they go. They literally like twitch in their sleep.
Yeah.
And then I literally, like, you know, I just fucking got married, and then I'm falling asleep for the first time, and then all of a sudden you literally, and he was like, you got electrified. And I was like, are you okay? And I think that's when you realized that you did that, because I don't think you knew before then.
No, not until you pointed it out. I've never noticed.
And now every night he gets electrified.
Without fail?
Without fail. I know you're falling asleep because you...
Every now and then I'll catch myself. I'll be sleeping and I'll be like... and then I'll be like... and just go back to bed.
Yeah.
But the one that comes to mind that's really funny is that one time when we were both asleep, obviously, in the middle of the night, and you were sleep talking,
which I didn't know I did.
Yeah, and then I responded to you, but in my sleep. So we were both sleep talking to each other and communicating to each other while we were both asleep. And then slowly we both like kind of realized that we were...
No, but you freaked me out because obviously if I did sleep talk, I know like nobody was there, nobody answered me. So what freaked me out is that you answered me, and then for a brief moment I didn't know if it was a dream or real life, and I was like, wait, because I was like, is this real life?
Because you said at that time you were working at a call center.
Oh, dude,
for like FedEx help.
Nothing will get me.
And you were dreaming about that. And then I responded to the question that you were asking.
I was like, you got a tracking number?
Oh yeah. And then I was like, no, I don't have one. And then you're like, wait, then why are you calling me if you don't have a tracking number?
Nothing will. I literally am a great sleeper until I'm stressed. If I'm stressed about something, I will sleep talk or like sleep turn.
Yeah.
Or like,
and have like borderline nightmares about whatever's stressing you out.
Yeah. So then I was really freaked out because you were answering my sleep, and that was the first time I ever I was literally like dreaming and you were answering back, and you freaked me the fuck out. Yeah. I was like, I cannot believe like
someone answered.
Yeah. So then I was in this really weird haze, and then we realized we were sleep talking to each other. We literally laughed so hard that night. It doesn't sound that funny, but in the moment it was.
It's one of the funniest. It's one of like the deepest like laughs I've ever had with you. Some of the greatest laughs I've ever had. Yeah. And it was just so funny because we were both sleep talking to each other, and then we both realized we're like we it was funny because we didn't even we were just like, huh. And they just started cracking up.
I know.
Because we both realized at the same time what had happened.
I wonder if we sleep talk anymore. I guess we don't answer each other. Well, I know you sleep talk, but I don't know if I do.
If you do, lately I've been really tired when I go to sleep. And I had noticed. Sorry. Se me salió.
That's disgusting.
Excuse me, yo. But yeah. Damn. That was really intense storytelling.
I don't know how we got here. We started talking about... I don't even think we answered Vic's second question, but it's okay.
Whoa. How long have we been going for? 10:31.
10:31? Try that again.
Okay. No. That phone says 10:31, but it's wrong.
Yeah. You said 10:31. I was like, no, try that again. It's not 10:31.
Okay, 8:41, I should say. No, when we started.
7:30.
7:30 when we started?
Yeah. Whatever game you have to cut out, like.
I'm not cutting it out. Range. Okay. But, you have anything else to say? Because if not, I'm going to get into Vic's last question before we end it off.
Okay, get into Vic's last question.
Okay, so Vic's last question was, now that I'm going to be a dad, am I going to buy a gun? And to that, I already have them. Damn! Ugh!
No.
Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye!